How to auto Nightmare Hydra. Let's get into it. What's up YouTube? Today I've got a new video for you guys. Now it's all about Hydra. Now Hydra reset today, so we're going to be looking at the loot I've picked up from Nightmare, Brutal and Hard, and I'm going to show you what champions are great for autoing, what presets you need to use, what gear sets I would recommend to use. So let me go ahead and show you what we got for this reset. I'm going to have to quickly look at the loot so we can get this out the way. So these are the rewards you can expect. You know, the Stoneskin is the best set in the game, so it's definitely worth a pickup. So resistance chest, defense gloves, all these epics are pretty nice to have. You can always use chaos on them too. What do we have? We have speed accuracy is very nice. 5-star chest, not great. Protection is very good. It's a bit niche, but it's still really good. A legendary 5-star speed and accuracy is good, and then we have speed on the shield, so that's Nightmare done. What do we get from Brutal? 6-star chest, chaos ore piece, maybe another chaos ore piece and another chaos ore piece. If they're all trips, we can chaos ore them. 5-star legendary, speed, no accuracy, chaos ore 5-star maybe, and crit rate, crit damage resistance, not that great. And the last chest on hard, we didn't really seem to pick up too many mythical pieces this time around, so the boots, not that great. And the final few pieces, speed, no accuracy, unfortunate. Accuracy, defense percentage, pretty standard. The loot wasn't all that in my opinion. Might roll up great, but that's not what we were focusing on. The main idea today is to show you guys on how I auto Nightmare Hydra. So I'll show you the team I've got set up for Nightmare. So this is my hard team. This is what I'll use last. This is the team I'm using. I'm using Duchess lead. I'm using Tuhan in the second position, Lydia, and then we have 3 DPSs. Now, in my opinion, Geomancer is still pretty good. You can still use Geomancer in one of these slots, but I like to use more enemy max HP nukers on auto, just because it's a lot more simpler. There's a lot less clicking when they do the AoE massive hits. They make sure it lands on everybody. With Geomancer, you have to be slightly more careful on making sure the burn gets spread around all over. So I tend not to use Geomancer. However, I have done some takeovers where I've just stuck in Geomancer for a 3rd DPS. But if you can run 3 DPSs in a team, it's fantastic as always. With the Hydra nerf, now it makes it so that you can keep this much DPS alive. I have Tuhan, which is one of the best champions for Hydra. Duchess also. Lydia is a free-to-play champion, so she's also fantastic for this. So the revive, the block debuffs, the decrease attack, block buffs, cleansing, all that good stuff, decrease defense and weaken, and the DPS at the end. I'll show you the presets because when you're running on auto, preset is one of the main thing to set up. Now I've seen people attempt autoing Hydra and Nightmare and they don't have any presets set up. That's not how you want to do it. You want to make sure you use presets, and you want to make sure you use the right presets to make sure your abilities are happening correctly and you're getting the most out of your champion's abilities. So with Duchess, you want to always put Spectral Rebirth first, so if anybody's dead, she'll straight away revive, and if nobody's dead, this will just stay off cooldown and it will be available for you to use whenever. And then Shroud of Souls, basically you just want block debuffs and you want Perfect Veil. You have Tuhan. I generally go for decrease attack and block buffs ability first, and then I go for increased speed and increased defense, just because you want to get the decrease attack out there. You want to keep the block buffs out there as much as you can. With Lydia, you want to do decreased defense and weaken, and then you want to do nullification. You always want to keep an eye out for Tuhan's block buffs. If it doesn't land because it's a spread, if you don't spread it to the right heads, you can always use Lydia's nullification to spread the or to land the block buffs. Royal Guard. Now, the interesting thing with Royal Guard is I've had him on takedown. I've seen people use him without hamstring. Hamstring from Royal Guard is just as important as takedown. Decreased speed in Hydra probably has to be the 3rd or the 2nd best debuff that you can land. Behind decreased defense, behind block buffs, it's as important as block buffs. So decreased defense, decreased attack may be the most important debuffs. After that it's block buffs and decreased speed. And Royal Guards, if you can build them with enough stats, that you can get accuracy on them, hamstring's fantastic. Now royal guard, both of my royal guards would do takedown first, then they'll do hamstring to land decreased speeds. I do have 2 Honorak decreased speed on the A1, so it's just an additional decreased speed out there. If you have a Krisk and if you are running a Kimi, then you don't need to run it. Obviously you have more decreased speed sources, but if you're only running a 2 Honorak like I am, or you think you won't be able to keep decreased speed up AoE, you can always build royal guards with accuracy and have them land decreased speeds. Then we have Husk. You just want to use Despair on him. You don't really want to use Retaliate. It's got a higher multiplier, but it's not really worth it in the long run, especially for Cycle of Magic procs. So you want to just keep Despair on and you want to keep Retaliate off. Hamstring second, takedown number 1. So that's how you want to do the presets. Let's go ahead and jump into a run and see how we can set this up. Now this is going to be a live run. When you are doing Nightmare Hydra, it could be that you get it done in the first key, or you just first try one key it. It could happen that sometimes you don't immediately get the one key, so it could be that you retry it over and over again. But I've been running it for 2 or 3 resets now on Hydra, and it's basically been one keying first time every single time. And if I keep up the trend of being really lucky on my YouTube videos, this is probably going to be another one key, so on my first try. So let's see how we get on. As you can see, I've selected Mischief to be targeted first, because for my team, I find if the fight goes on for long enough, Mischief is the one that gives me the most trouble, so I want to kill him as soon as possible, as quickly as I can. Try to land block buffs on him, because 2 Honorak is good for... 2 Honorak is really good for Mischief baiting. She's decent, but if the fight goes on for long enough and Mischief stays around, there will be turns where my champions are just gonna... They're gonna be picking up buffs and dropping off buffs a lot more regularly, because you can see my Husk HP is the lowest right now. So the shield that's going onto, or the shield that's coming out from Duchess is going onto Husk, and it's going also the healing that's coming out from 2 Honorak is going on to the lowest HP champion. So it can happen where you get into a bit of a rut, but it's not too much of an issue. As you see, few of our champions died, but our Duchess had her ability up. So now we have increased attack on Wrath, so that's a little bit spooky, but it's all good. He is going to hit us pretty hard. We have increased defense, we have strengthen, we have Duchess, Aura, we have Veil, Perfect Veil. So it is a little bit spooky, but I believe we should be okay. If we can kill him before he does his big ability, that would be nice. I'm not sure if we can. I'm still going to target Mischief here. I'm not going to target this naked head because I want to kill Mischief as quickly as I can. If we can kill him off before he does his 15 ticks. Oh, we didn't get block buffs, and now they have Poison Cloud, which is a little bit annoying, but it's okay. We just keep going. Let's see how we get on. Who do we have? We have Suffering that's come out. So okay, it's not too bad. Looks like Mischief is going down, and looks like this guy is also going to be dying too now. He's got Cloud on him, so I'll leave him alone for a bit. So decreased speeds are coming out from Royal Guards, decreased speed is coming out from 2 Honorak, so it's pretty good. There goes Wrath. Wrath is down. I'm going to target Wrath because his affinity is the best for us. Royal Guard would do a normal hit, and we have a chance of getting a strong hit from Husk, so we're just going to go ahead and target him. Already up to nearly 15 million, so pretty decent. Looks like Blight's going to die as well now. Royal Guard's probably going to die as well. No, he's going to pick up the shield from Duchess. So really what you want to do is just target the head that's the most problem for you. If you think the head is going to be the most problematic, you can click on that head. And if you have a decapitated head and you're not really too worried about all the other heads around, you can just go ahead and pick up damage from the decapitated heads. So we're at 16 million. Mischief is here. I could click on Mischief. That is something you want to do. We want to get a block buff, so I'm just going to go ahead and click on Mischief, just so we can start doing some damage on him, and maybe land block buffs on him. Block buff is really nice. Yeah, he deflected the Lydia A3. We have enough buffs. We want to land block buffs on him as quickly as we can, so he doesn't steal any of our buffs and spread them. Didn't land, unfortunately, there. Okay, so now I believe that's our first champion that got devoured or consumed. So we're just gonna go ahead and click on him. We're not really too worried about the fear because Tuhanarak passive would cleanse off fears every single turn. So if my champion does pick up a fear like this, he has a chance of getting cleansed. Oh, that's not good. We got stripped there. Let's see what we can do. Block buffs isn't really AoE right now. I want to probably get block buffs on this guy and get decreased attack on him too if Tuhanarak has it. She does. Nice. Focus back on this guy. Yeah, there's a lot going on at this point. A lot going on at this point. If you built your team correctly and you set the abilities to be... Sorry, that's a bike going outside. If you set the abilities correctly and you have the abilities cycling at the right time, you're pretty good to basically just leave on auto. We're reaching up to 20 million at this point. There's a lot of damage coming out from our champions and there's a lot of survivability on the team. You can see Mischief is targeting my Lydia. My Lydia has Blood Shield on her too, so every time she attacks she picks up an extra buff, I believe. Yeah, that was a shield there. So we do have a lot of buffs on my champions with high resistance. Tuhanarak is high resistance, Duchess is high resistance, and so is Lydia. So we always have a decent chance of having Mischief get resisted. Don't have any block buffs right now, would like to get block buffs here. There's the counter attack. He had increased attack up. I'm a little bit concerned. I'm gonna actually don't want to do the revive just yet because he has increased attack and he has wrath. So at this point you can take it off auto. There will be situations like this where you want to take it off auto. Just make sure you aren't wasting basically too much time trying to completely auto it. It is great to have it go on auto as much as you can, but there will be spots where you need to keep an eye on it. If you want to step away from your computer, you can do. Again, it will probably cost you a run, but if you want to do it that way, you could do. I generally keep an eye on it when I'm running the keys. So we have a champion consumed or devoured by suffering. We get the champion back, we focus back on Mischief, try to get him killed. But yeah, at this point the team is basically running. It's really hard to keep up with what everything is going on. There's 6 champions our side, there's 4 Hydra heads. The best way probably to do this is just to leave it on auto and let you guys watch out the run, because it normally is a 10-minute run. 10 minutes to 11 minutes is normally where we would come in for a successful 1 key. However, I kind of want to keep an eye on it. I want to basically talk through what's going on, even though there's a lot going on at the moment. 4 different Hydra heads, they're doing all sorts of crazy stuff, and we are trying to basically get our abilities off. It's basically worthwhile just to keep an eye on it whilst it goes. Does my Duchess have a revive? She does. This is why you want to keep the revive ability always there. You want to make it a priority, because if Duchess has her block debuffs, she sometimes might not revive a single champion and might opt to go with the block buffs. We still target Mischief. Coming in nearly 30 million now, 8 minutes in. Now we're looking at Decay here. Decay is very annoying. He is the annoying head to kind of deal with, but we're just gonna keep going as we normally are. We're just gonna leave you on auto. We could probably save some abilities, but it doesn't look like we're about to use any of our big abilities before he's gonna AoE cleanse. We got the enemy max HP. We should have Lydia do decreased defense and weaken. Oh, we got a little bit screwed there, but we should be fine. There goes one head, and there goes Rogard. Died with the mark on him, so the mark went to somebody else, so that's pretty good for us. And now we just want to focus back onto Mischief and try to kill off Mischief, and then move on to Decay and try to kill him next. We're around about 31 million. Looks like we're in the final stretch. Things could still go wrong. Things can always go wrong. But I'm pretty confident we should be able to get this. Barring some tragedy, I think we should be okay. As long as we kill off Mischief, I feel like we only need to decapitate one more head and then we'll be done. So what do we have? Any abilities would be nice. Block debuffs is nice. Enemy max HP there was nice. Royal Guard died straight after we revived, so that's a little bit unfortunate. But we have 2 enemy max HPs still in the tank, so that's okay. As you can see, Mischief is being a problem. He stole our turn meter twice, and now he looks like he's gonna heal up to max. Yeah, he did. Well, that was tragic. But you know, that happens sometimes. We just move, we keep going. Even though he healed up to max, we only need another 4 million damage. So as long as we get our 4 million, we should be okay. Got devoured there. The counter is on. Trying to make sure we get our champion back and we should be okay. Yeah, this is why I don't like Mischief staying around for too long, because the longer he stays out there, the more of a chance he has of just basically taking our buffs, because the buffs start moving around quite a bit. Now, it doesn't look like we're going to get our champion that was devoured, which was Lydia, which means we need to do the last 2 million or so without decreased defense and weaken as much. We're on 34 million. Can we get the 1 key? Can we get the 1 key? 34.6, need 2 million now. Looks like Royal Guard is about to die. Where are we? 35 million. So 1.6 remaining. Can we get the remaining damage? There's the revive. Could probably try to not allow him to heal up to max, but we'll see if we can stop that. We'll have to allow him now because we want to get our Royal Guard back. Let's see if we can. Decreased defense landed. Does Husk have his? No, he does not. Maybe provoke? No provoke. If we get Royal Guard back, we should be fine. We only need 1 or 2 enemy max HP nukes. They cleansed. That's not good. And they got Cloud. Okay, now this is really become quite tricky. See if we can get through this mess. Enemy max HP into the Cloud. Bit unfortunate. Come on. Extra turns quite nice actually, because the Cloud goes off. Only need 1 more million. Can we get our million? Can we get our last million? We have 4 champions to get it done. Can our 4 champions get us our million? We only need 1 enemy max HP nuke. So I'm pretty certain that as soon as we get it, we should be okay. My Relentless Royal Guard took an extra turn there. 1 more enemy max HP and then we should be good. Not yet. Now Duchess is going to get devoured, and it doesn't look like we're going to get Duchess back, so we have to get our nukes off. We have to get Royal Guard nuke off maybe. Close. Where are we? Oh, double enemy max HP gets it done. So there it is. There's the 1 key, 36.6 million. At the end it slowed down massively. We were looking to get our 36.6 million in 10 minutes, but the way the devours worked and the Cloud that they got out there stalled us out for 2 minutes. But there it is. That's the 1 key for the Hydra. Autoing it. Like I said, this has been my 4th rotation that I've been autoing with this team. It's run about the same sort of 40 million damage to 38 million damage what it normally gets. This looks like it's just over the mark, but again, with the RNG, the way the RNG works, you can always get slightly higher or slightly lower, but it's pretty certain. Now people are running Krisk in team. You can always have better teams. You can have more well-rounded teams. You can try Geomancer for not getting so trapped by Poison Cloud, so you can use that as well. But as you can see on auto, we did damage wise 12 million from Royal Guard, 10 million from the second Royal Guard, and 12 million from Husk. Pretty solid damage from all 3 of them. Basically carried most of our damage on the DPS. 1 million each you can say from Lydia and Tuhanarak and Duchess with the revive and healing. So pretty nice. We're gonna go ahead and keep this key. So that is the team. I'll show you how they are built. So this is my Tuhanarak. She is in nearly 57k HP, 3.5k defense, 263 speed, 500 resistance, 387 accuracy. These are her masteries. So this is my Lydia. She is built slightly similar to Hanorak, slightly less survivability. She's 40k HP, 2.8k defense, 256 speed, 81 crit rate, nearly 500 resistance and 400 accuracy. These are her masteries that she is using. As you can see, no sets, no regeneration, nothing like that, just pure stats. We're going for, because we have two Hanorak with a healing and we have Duchess with a revive and heal, so that's pretty good. My Duchess is my arena Duchess. I changed 2 pieces around and this is all I go for. 80k HP, 3.3k defense, 260 speed and 500 resistance. I don't change too many pieces, I just change 3 pieces not to waste too much silver on Hydra. We have Husk, 50k HP, 248 speed, 287 crit damage Savage. I don't run him with accuracy because I don't really run provoke on this team. Then we have Royal Guard with 46k HP, 237 speed, 252 crit damage as Savage and enough accuracy to land decreased speed. On the dangerous heads, 350, 330 accuracy is what I generally go on him. The second Royal Guard has slightly more accuracy, 350-ish, 233 speed, 262 crit damage. I like having one Relentless Royal Guard because the decreased speed is nice and having it out there is huge to make sure we don't let the Hydras just take too many turns. These are the masteries for the bottom row of my champions. So these are the masteries I've taken on all of these champions, and that is the team. That's how I've been doing auto on Nightmare. I've done it for 4 rotations. You can definitely give it a try. Make sure you use the right presets. The right presets is what's going to get you through it. Make sure you're using the right sets. If you're using champions like Geomancer, be careful with how you land his burn. Don't re-land the burn over and over again, but stick to enemy max HP champions. They do more consistent damage and require less attention. The fight goes so fast on auto, you can't really be clicking too many correct things at the same time. Let me know what you guys think of the video. Let me know what you guys think of auto Hydra. I would also release a video for Brutal. If you guys want to see a coverage on what I use for Brutal, you can let me know in the comment section. I'll have a team that I use for it. It's Kimmy's Skull team. It's a very consistent team. Brutal's a little bit easier than Nightmare, or a lot easier than Nightmare, so I never really have any issues with it. But if you want to see that video, let me know in the comments down below. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.